In Hidalgo County, residents 65 and older and other adults with chronic medical conditions are getting the COVID-19 vaccine. But things not so easy for people living in Cameron County. Channel 5's Rudy Mireles live in Brownsville to explain. Rudy.
Well, that's right, Dina. Even though the Department of State Health Services directed all COVID-19 providers last week to start vaccinating not just that Tier 1A folks, but those over 65 and other adults with chronic health conditions, it's not going to be that easy here in Cameron County. Almost 10,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been sent to Cameron County, less than 40% the amount sent to Hidalgo County. Valley Baptist Health System and Valley Regional Medical Center received over half of those shots. Both hospital systems are focusing on the people working behind their doors. Valley Regional, for example, tells us they're focused on vaccination of frontline healthcare workers due to limited vaccine resources. On the DSHS vaccine provider map, the Port Isabel Health Clinic shows 200 doses in their freezers. Ivy Murchison says while they're focused on first responders, they have been vaccinating all eligible people. And although the state shows them sitting on doses, reality is much different.
Today we reached our capacity, so we're probably going to be done with vaccines today. So we're just kind of waiting for the state to send us the other shipment, which I don't know when that is.
At the Cameron County Health Department, the state shows 2,200 doses on hand. Since Tuesday, the county has been working to vaccinate home health care workers. With around 130 home health care agencies in Cameron County, Esmeralda Guajardo says they've used up most of their doses.
We're left with about 350 of those doses, and those clinics are taking place right now. We're using it up, but we're focusing on that priority groups before we move over to the 1B.
And it may be a while before those over 65 or who have qualifying health conditions see their first shot.
Unfortunately, the problem is we don't have the vaccines. We only have 350, and at the same time, we're trying to take care of the first group. But once we take care of them and we know we're going to get vaccines, large quantities, then we will move on to doing a drive-through. But we're going through the vaccines pretty much as soon as we get them.
Now, Guajardo says they are planning for the day that they do get those larger quantities of vaccines, and they're already looking at mass vaccination sites like here at the Brownsville Event Center. The reason why? Lots of space to line cars up, lots of space to hold cars for that critical 15-minute period after receiving a vaccine to make sure there's no adverse reactions. And on top of that, it's already a proven site. As you can see here, this tent, that's been up since March when the city of Brownsville was doing some COVID-19 testing here. And it's been up and stayed up because they've also been doing mass food distributions on an almost weekly basis here at the Brownsville Event Center. But she also says getting more providers signed up to give out that vaccine is going to be crucial so they can push through that first tier of healthcare workers and then pivot to work on that next population. So if you're in Cameron County and you're over 65 or have one of those qualifying health conditions, you may still have to wait just a little bit longer, and it'll be a little bit more difficult to get that first dose. Live in Brownsville, Rudy Mireles, Channel 5 News at 6.